Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we all going today, people, on this beautiful Thursday, First for Success? So while everyone, if you're in the rat race like I am, only on these days because I select to go and grow and expand myself, and I'm just having a look at everybody that, you know, they do this. This is the norm. They get caught up with it. You see these people, they're in the rat race, they're running around, they're going to work, they're catching trams, you know, they're rushing around, you know, and they've got their trusty coffee in their hand. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Datul Boss Malik, my brother. Good morning to have you on. It's nice and early there. It's about 5 o'clock over in Western Australia for you. So good early morning to you all. So, as you guys know, Monday was the messenger of strength, Tuesday was living in your truth, Wednesday was Wednesday's wisdom, and Thursday, as I go, I'm going to be throwing these all out, is the thirst for success. Thursday's thirst for success. And my thirst for success is quite strong. I'm off to day 2 of a JT Fox event. Mark Reed, good to see you. How are you? Great. I'm having a look there. Cool. Now I'm just getting blinded by the sun as well, as you can see that. So let's put that there. And yeah, we had an amazing event at the JT Fox event, which is obviously another like sub mastermind when you purchase a certain program of his from the Business Squared. You go into you know, we have a short, it's a short, when I say short, sorry, it's two days, but a small intense group of some very successful people and his top students. So that's something that we are rocking out today and yesterday. So that was fantastic. And then tonight over in Bell Street at the Mantra, we also have JT Fox having a very intense one-on-one, and it's called the IMN. What that is the Intelligent Millionaire Network, and it's getting a lot of successful people together, you know, and that's exactly what I'm talking about today. You know, what's your thirst for success? So whatever you are, if you are happy getting caught up in the rat race, where I tell you what, I'm not. I can even see me turning into Punt Road here right now. The traffic is shocking, and I'm definitely going to be late. But you know, things happen. You just need to roll with it. So I'm having a look at everyone in the state that they're in, and I'll be honest, right now there's no thirst to success, because what they are doing is they look stressed, they look rushed. You know, they're not in their power, and you know, people live this every day, and unfortunately, you know, they don't understand that the damage what it's doing. Because if you're rushing from appointment to appointment, or if you're getting up early going to a place that doesn't, you know, really sustain your growth, or a place that doesn't really support you in so many ways, you never really ever get to your true core. You never get to who you deserve to be, and you see that because your time is spent pleasing other people. It's spent, you know, rushing to certain places where it isn't your calling, it isn't your purpose. And you see that, like, you know, people are angry, you know, trust me, no one's going to let you in. You know, people got their headphones in, they're so disconnected to others, and it's really sad. And it's really sad because, you know, this is the life that people choose to live. You know, they go to work rushed with anxiety, then they go to another place, as some people call them, depression sits on, because they're like, oh my God, I've got, you know, 8 hours that I have to listen to this person, I have to do that, but I could have been doing all these things. Yeah, could have, would have, and should have. That's not a thirst to success. A thirst to success is what I'm doing, what another, I think, 50 people are doing today, going and, you know, networking, learning about understanding your marketing, your branding, understanding how to get positioning, how to be around the right people that are always going to push you, how to have a higher vibration, and how to become the best version of yourself, doing what makes you into a better person. Okay, so I'm going to let a few people know today as well. This is an important thing of what we are starting to create, because a lot of people said, look, Lee, you know, I've been watching you for a while, and some people have been saying, hey, look, I've just jumped on what you're doing, it's fantastic. But what I'm seeing is that, you know, so what are you all about? What do you guys do? And one of the thirst to success, you know, of Thursday's thirst to success success strategies I'm going to share with you today is obviously, you know, when we've run these retreats over in Bali, we've run 27 of them now, and people go, you know, how can you explain it? And I said, well, you just need to basically speak to someone that's been on it, and they're going to give you their take on it, yeah? Because the way I can explain it is through my eyes, through my model of the world, but you need to, you know, participate of people that have been on it, you know, and that gives those people unlocking. Like, I'm so proud, you know, I'm speaking to Tommy this morning. He's joined up as one of my personal VIP clients, you know, the 12 that are around the different parts of the world. And just to see the change in him, see the shift, and being able to see him with flow, with that thirst for success is absolutely, you know, second to none. And it's really, really amazing. Same with Pete, since Pete's been back. You know, Pete's got his own, you know, very successful kitchen business, and, you know, he's had some big wins on the boards already. Malik, if you're still on here, brother, you know, the wins and the thirst for success has been fantastic for him. Ante as well, and Daniel, everyone that's been on there. You know, I haven't really heard much from Ante. I think he's got his family over. You know, Daniel's absolutely exploded it, you know, and he's, you know, it's fantastic. So what I want to tell you, people, that you're going to have a thirst for success if you're in it for your own reasons. You're in it for, you know, that it's lighting you up. Because if you're working for someone else, you'll never have that thirst for success. You will never be in that, you know, pure inspiration. I won't say motivation, I don't like that word. I'll say inspiration of becoming the best version of you. And this is what happens if you create something which is yours. So it's going to either, it's going to, you know, excel, or it's going to crash. It's going to be obviously in the hands of yourself. So a lot of things that I saw yesterday at these events, you've got some very, very successful business owners, and, you know, you could see they had that thirst for success and that, you know, eye of the tiger. And I asked different questions, and I saw certain people how they interacted, and they love what they do, and that's what you need to be able to put yourself into. You know, I was listening to I think his name's Vishan, I can't pronounce his last name, but he's the creator of Mindvalley. So Mindvalley is an organization which creates a fest where you've got some of the best entrepreneurs all around the world that come together to share their strategies, to share their thirst for success, their ideas, their skills, their gifts, and so on. And yeah, like I said in yesterday's live stream, I was invited to go to the one in Jamaica, which was last year. And, you know, it was great to see someone that they've created that are giving people, you know, a place, a platform, so where they can glow and, you know, and grow and flourish. It's, you know, it turned into an amazing thing. But what I'm seeing is that 97% of the world, and, you know, if I'm looking at, all right, we're back. You know, because these people aren't creating something which is, you know, for them. They're creating and they're building something which is, you know, they're making either a boss, you know, have more money, become more rich, or whatever it might be. I don't know what this bus is doing, but it's got its blinker on and it's going down the other side. So we'll just go around it. So, you know, the important thing that I want to share with everyone as well, that, you know, you need to have something is, you know, it's not good enough if you're chasing money. Money is a materialistic thing. Money is just, you know, it's a significant thing. It's just, okay, if you've got more money, you have more options. But at the end of the day, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to fill you up. It's not going to give you that thirst for success. Yes, some people are significance driven, but that only lasts so long. Yes, some people are driven for, you know, nice shiny things, but again, you know, that only lasts so long. And, you know, you see, unfortunately, people walking around and living a lie. When you aren't in your power or in your core, you're gonna be realizing that what you're doing isn't what you desire. When you know that you've saved someone's life, or you're adding value, or you've added value to someone's life, that it sets a ripple effect, that it starts to change other people's lives. When you know that, you know, you've put a smile on someone's face, you've given them that some value or whatever it might be, that's when things really start to become sexy, because you know, you're wanting to better yourself. You have that thirst for success. You want to keep, you know, improving. You know, people keep telling about, oh, look, I want to change the world. You're not going to change nothing if you don't change your own world within. Because what I'm seeing as well, a lot of people have got really broken parts of their mirror, but they want to clean other people's mirrors. They want to make other people's mirrors bright. But I'm like, hold on a minute. Worry about your mirror, which is the internal reflection of yourself. And when your mirror is, you know, looking okay, then start, you know, doing it for the right reasons. But people go, oh, I want to help this person, but what they're actually doing they're actually running away from their own deep, you know, challenges or issues. So what I really want every Thursday for, you know, I want you to start discovering what is going to give you that thirst for success. What ignites that internal flame? What gives you that passion? And I'll tell you what it does for me. So, you know, a long time ago, I lost my way in in a lot of ways. I didn't know this mindset. I didn't feel like I had anything to give back. I didn't have any thirst for success. I was able to express myself through my sport, playing a high level basketball and football, but once that went away, it was just like, okay, what do we do now? Like, where are we at? Once I broke up with my first fiance, I lost a lot of money, and I go, geez, what am I going to do now? And I fell into the whole category and that whole downward spiral of being suicidal and all of that rubbish. And the real bad thing, what came about, when we started to discover that of having that thirst for success, was that from me losing myself, I found myself. And I think a lot of people have been on that journey, and unfortunately, I'm really blessed that sometimes for people to discover what their thirst is, or what their strive to be is, that I don't want people to go through what I've been through. But once you hit rock bottom, as they say, you need to pull an arrow back. You keep pulling an arrow back to be able to move forward. When do you know it's best to help others? You really have a feel about that, Asta, and thank you for being on, and everyone else. Alex, good to have you on, man. Always supporting. And is that how you say it? Is it Ashta? And when you want to help others when you've got the results. Yeah, you see a lot of these people, they want to heal, but they don't heal themselves. They want to talk about financial freedom and financial advice, but they're broke. Or they want to give people health advice and they're overweight. Or they want to give people relationship advice and they don't have a relationship. So what I would say is that, you want to at least become an expert in your life, that you've had a lot of trial and error, and then you start to get some results out, and then you know that you've got the results, and then you can help others congruently. Because broke Uncle Bob sits there, he's on Centrelink, that's government funding, and they're sitting there and he's trying to tell, hey, Lee, and you should be investing in this and the rest of it. And I'll go, okay, have you invested before? And no. Or you talk about, you talk to a financial planner and he's telling you how to set up all your money and the rest of that. And then you go to him, okay, how do you set up all the money, blah, blah, blah. And then I go, okay, cool. Are you doing that yourself? Oh, no, I'm not. And I'm like, why? Oh, because I don't have the money. And I'm like, well, you can give advice, but if you haven't done it, is that real advice? Yeah. So that's just me. That's my values. That's my beliefs. That you'd want to have you want to have the results first, so then you can actually, come through something, and then give people that asta like pasta. Okay, I like that without the P. You got it right. Awesome. Thank you for the English lesson. So this is the thing as well, that when you can heal yourself, you can heal others. Yeah, look, and I'll be honest with some people, and this is not directed to you, Trent, is that some people feel like they're fixed or feel like they've healed because they've got the first result, or they've got something, and then they go, okay, look, I'm a guru or something. But I'm like, hold on a minute, let's look at all the other areas of life first. Elo goes, discover your authentic self, don't give experience or advice in areas you don't have experience in. 100%. Some people will say to me, hey Lee, something about this or that, and I said, look, I'll get back to you. I don't have the wins on the boards in that area, or I'm not versed in that area, and you hear me say that. But most other things that I talk about is that, why I always say, and you guys would have heard me if you've been following me for a while, is that, you've seen me that I've hit rock bottom, and I've gone that far back, and it comes to that perspective. I've gone that far back. I've hit rock bottom. I've been suicidal 3 times. I've been a survivor. I've gone through the whole depression thing, the antidepressants, this. I've been involved in gangs. I've been involved in shootings. I've been involved in, not me doing it, but, I've been around that area. I've been around the party scene. I've been around a lot of bad things. And some of it's a blessing, because I go, okay, hey, if you keep going down this way, you know what you're going to hit, yeah. And that's a really powerful thing, that I can say, well, I've been through. Not that I've done a 2-week NLP course. I've done a 6, or it was about almost a 2-month NLP course. Or you go and sit down and I'm a life coach because I done a life coaching course and blah blah blah, which is rubbish, because most of those life coaches, they can't even lead themselves, let alone lead other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's I've been involved in some organizations. Is actually really scary, because you see these people that, like, hold on a minute, you've got some really, really big potholes. How can you be leading anyone? Yeah. And you see that. So look, firstly, if you want to have a thirst for success, that you know, I wouldn't say if you're in a 9-to-5 job, or you're doing something now and, you know, it's to make ends meet, but that's never going to fill you up. That's never going to give you that deep down thirst for success. You know, and you got some people saying, well, you know what, I love my job. But let's think about it. Yes, that's fantastic if you love your job, but if you were creating something that made you into a better person in all areas of life for every interaction, and this is the thing, when it is sitting on you to if you're going to fail or succeed, then what that's going to do is that's going to give you that really first for success. Because if you don't if you don't innovate, if you don't put in the work, if you don't keep growing, then what's going to happen is you're either going to crash or you're going to succeed. You know, and these are the things that, you know, a lot of people really need to understand. Because I look at that, you know, if I'm looking around now, you know, you see some people, either I'm talking to myself and they're, you know, they're laughing, and you know, it comes from that, you know, understanding. Would never take it in any sort of bad way, bro. I love the constructive criticism. It helps to grow, of course. And that wasn't directed to you anyway, Trent. Before, was a lot of people that they say, well, you know, they get their initial goal, then they take their foot off the accelerator and go, I'm completely healed. But then you look at the other areas of life, and we said, hey guys, keep going. Yeah, keep going. And you can never keep evolving. Like, you know, if you want to become, you know, you're never going to be financially free. But if you come from being broke and homeless to having, you know, $10,000, why stop? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why stop? Because that's not going to last. Or even you know, $1 million, you could become a millionaire. Oh, look, I've got $1 million now. But well, you've got that to that point. Remember, we always want to grow and expand. You know, you see a lot of people that they initially lose their weight, and then because they chase goals, they chase a business, they chase you know, other things, they end up putting weight on because they don't, you know, they're putting all that attention into one area. But then they're going to be forced to lose that weight, because they're either going to have diabetes, they're going to be looking at the hospital ceiling, or, you know what I mean, their wife doesn't find them attractive, their husband doesn't find them attractive, and then you're really going to have to, you know, and have that don't feed into constructive criticism, learn into constructive feedback. Yep, love that, awesome. Keep going, keep growing, keep doing the do's. Hey brother, at work having a quick watch while I can. Awesome, good to be on. You know, that's it, what you put in is what you get out. So like I said today, you know, my program finished about, my course to the JT Fox started 5 minutes ago, but the traffic's been crazy. I had my coaching, I had a few coaching calls this morning, been up early and rocking all that out. But you have to do what you do. You're late, you just have to roll that out. So I thought, instead of just sitting there listening to music or a podcast that I'd want to rock this out for you guys. And the reason why I like to, you know, obviously it works out so crazy, the thirst for success, is like I said, you know, I'm looking around and I'm seeing people in their cars and people going like this and hitting their heads or arguing with the next person, you know, and it's not, these people that were where they would be driving to today to their job, they wouldn't be in that thirst for success. They can't wait to look at their clock and go, Jesus, it's home time yet? You know, go home, get caught up, maybe go to the gym, you know, do all the chores and that. Before you know it, their day's over, and then they have to press repeat. The weekend comes, they either want to sleep all weekend or they want to trash themselves with alcohol or drugs. Yeah? And you see that, and that's not my idea of living. Have to be present for the morning meeting. My brother, have a great day. Thank you for being on, Malik, bro. We'll speak soon, and hopefully you came up with a really good understanding of, you know, how you were telling me about reworded as a life coach. How do you want to heal people? What is the service that you want to give them, and how are they going to feel walking away, being around in your presence or being in your service? And that's how I want you to be able to label yourself in that way. Because life coach, it's too broad. It's, you know, life coach. A life coach of what? You're going to coach my life, or what specifically are you going to, how are you going to stand out? And that's some good coaching, and that's for me, Malik, because Malik's starting up his own little sub business that he's going to be doing, and how he's helping people. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. So, you know, what I say to you is, you know, let's stick to this. Yeah. So Monday we got the messages of strength. that, you know, people need them on the Monday because they're either, you know, coming down off something from the weekend, or, oh my God, I have to go back to work. And, you know, the biggest suicide rate's Monday, unfortunately. And then Tuesdays is Let's Live in the Truth. Wednesdays is Wednesday Wisdom. Thursdays is we're going to be, you know, Thirst for Success. And Friday, you'll find out what Friday is. And then Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to be holding gifting, you know, an hour of my time, you know, through these presentations. So if I went into any place for an hour, I charge $1,000 for a presentation an hour, and, you know, I'm giving my time. Coaching calls between $350 to $500, and I'm gifting my time because I always want to show up and let you guys know that, you know, I'm here, I'm committed to your growth. You know, the only thing I can ask of you is to, you know, it's the implementation of let me say that again, because I'm just watched something then I just saw an accident in front of me. It's the speed of implementation, yeah, and that's what happens. It's the application of information. So I was doing a tongue tester because I wasn't actually present, because I saw a car come in and just nipped the back of that car, and there you go. You know, there my people driving absolutely crazy. Melbourne roads have to be the most aggressive roads and drivers that, you know, many cities I've been around in the world, and it's absolutely crazy. So one of the things that, you know, how you can find your thirst for success is always growing, always expanding, always picking up a book. You know, I had a lot of things on these 2 days, but you know, I'm sacrificing these 2 days to obviously be at this JT Fox event, which has been fantastic. You know, spending that one-on-one time, you know, how JT Fox has built his multi-million dollar empire from, you know, coming not from much at all, and being able to lead himself, you know, have the network, the branding, doing the right things, having the right people around him, you know, and so on and so forth. Like, you know, everyone's going to adapt to different things. Hey, John, good to have you on. So what I want to share about as well, people, I want you to I want us to create a bond, and I want to create a bond for invitational speaking, yeah. And this invitational speaking is, I want you to be able to, only if you find value of being able to share, you know, my message, or it can be our message to people in need. Because I always talk about alone we're unique, together we're unstoppable. And, you know, you might have someone, I know that you would have someone in your life that could really benefit from what we're doing, yeah? Like, I spoke to some of the guys that, or all of them, all 5 guys that came to the retreat, and they said, you know what, Lee, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't come to this retreat, because I realized, you know, how blind I was to where I was going or where I wasn't going, and it really just, you know, woke me up. And now I've really, you know, gone into my power, and I'm like, well, I should have done this, you know, years ago. I should have done it, you know, months ago or whatever. And I said, well, you don't know what you don't know, but the best thing is you put yourself in that position to learn. So, you know, and this is not me plugging my services. Yes, I will talk about them because I know that they change people's lives. It's not that, you know, you are leading people to buy a pair of shoes or a t-shirt or the rest of it. You know, these services, what we create, absolutely change people's lives, you know. Yes, marketing and branding is important. Yes, systems are important. Yes, tax is important. All that other stuff is important, but what is absolutely vital, what changes lives, and what actually transforms people's lives is understanding that, you know, what we are doing right here. Where are we going? We're up a little bit. Cool. Well, we need to be in this way, I think. Yep, because otherwise that would have taken us over. You know, so a lot of these things that I want you guys to really take into perspective is, if you find value in it, is to share it. Because if we keep our lips closed, you know, and, you know, we just don't know. Someone might need advice. Someone might need that live stream. Someone might need some information so we can help them about that, to give them that first to grow. So share the information, share the live stream, share what we're doing, because that's what we want to be. We want to be an ambassador because we're on a good thing, yeah? If it's something that you don't relate to, then don't share it. But if there's something that you do relate to, and, you know, like my personal client and good friend Gary Slade, one of his good friends, Pete, you know, Pete Wellman, and Pete, you know, I didn't know him from a bar of soap. I met him at the Business Squared what was it, Business Squared Gary V event. That's where obviously JT Fox, but I've worked with JT Fox years ago, and yeah, we met. And then obviously, you know, Pete was in his shell, and he's 6'5", but you know, he was looking down at the ground. Now he's come through there. I've made an amazing connection with the guy, and we're absolutely, you know, rocking things forward. You know, he's had massive results with his partner, with his work life, with clients, with this, with that, and it's just, you know what I mean. If Gary didn't make that connection, you know, Pete wouldn't be experiencing what he's experiencing now. So it's about relationship introductory, yeah? Or introductory into introductory speaking, and letting people know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to get you there, and so on and so forth. And I find it so you know, so vital that if we can, you know, if we can grow people, if we can get people together to be able to flourish, to be able to grow, then we're on a really good thing here, yeah? But we can only do it if we do it together. And I'm going to concentrate because this is a bit of a tight turn. You know, and it's always applicable, like, you know, with Thursdays coming up, and like, you know, you see people where they're at and where they're not. And the sad thing is, like, you see people in this rat race, yeah, they're bumper to bumper, they're going to be late to work or whatever they're doing, and they do not have a thirst for success. What they'll have a thirst for is frustration, is confusion, is anger, is, you know, frustrated. They're going to be angry. You see them, like, you know, people they'll cut you off, like you're waiting to go in there. No one wants to go, hey, I'm feeling fantastic today, I'm going to let you guys come through. So let's start discovering what is going to be your thirst for success, what is going to keep you moving forward, what's going to keep you hungry. And you need to create your own interchange. What that means is the exchange of energy, the interchange of you giving value and energy and someone else giving you energy. That's going to, and you know, and with that process, what's that creates? It creates appreciation, it creates significance. But what it actually creates, if you know the 6 human needs, people, it gives you certainty, yeah? It gives you uncertainty, it gives you love and connection, it gives you significance, it gives you growth. And I think there's one, and contribution is one of the growth. So it's giving you all of the 6 human needs, but you're not going to be getting the 6 human needs going to a job, working for someone else, told what to do, how to speak, what to wear, when to go to the toilet, what to eat, because you're not in your power, you're not leading yourself, you're not in that thirst for success. So that's what I want you all, because if the world had their own understanding of you know, their thirst for success, and they kept them hungry to what they were doing and how they were going to get there, the world will be a completely different place. But yes, you need people, you need workers, you need people doing their, you know, working for someone else, because you need the world to go around. But if people are happy with doing that and just getting by, that's up to them. You know, we need more people to rise, we need more people to grow, you know, and flourish. And that can be the majority, that can be the minority, and that can be us. That can be us creating great environments, having that thirst for success. You know, if you've got children, you can teach them that, you know, that they don't need to, yes, the schooling system is that, they give them the basis, but what's important is how to put food on the table, is how to communicate with others, is how to love yourself, is how to create an amazing environment that you don't need to be struggling because you have value, and that you're understanding that you have so much value to give. You know, creating the systems to make that work fantastic, like, you know, a finely tuned machine. Then when that becomes, you know, it's a science, and that's what it is. Success is a science. It's strategies, it's gears, it's knobs, it's methods, and it's systems. And once you can get that rocking and rolling, then what happens is then you start to discover it becomes an art. All right, so that's where we're at today. So what I challenge you every Thursday, guys, you can even do this every day, but mainly every Thursday, and share it. You can create a video of how are you standing in, or how are you getting more of a thirst for success. You know, I know a lot of people, and Tony's on here, I just saw him pop up. You know, he joined the True Authentic Reality, and you know, he's had some amazing results, and just to see him grow, to be in his power, you know, to him to educate himself, to have that thirst for success, it's been absolutely, you know, second to none. Then if you're looking at all the brothers that have been at the retreat, so you've got Malik, who was just on here and he's gone to a morning meeting. Waylon's been on the True Authentic Reality. Feda's been to a retreat, she's on the True Authentic Reality. That's Malik's beautiful cousin. And everyone else, who else is on here that has had that? David Tung, he's an absolute champion and a very good friend of mine, and David's been part of how do I move this across? David was part of my second ever retreat, and now he's a very, very successful I was going to say a developer and real estate. So, you know, check him out. He's over in the States. I think I was supposed to be going there. He'll be leaving today, if I'm correct. He'll be going over to Philadelphia to do the Matrix Energetics, and then he's going over to Vegas. And Evangelina's on as well. Evangelina, she had a first for success, and she's also doing the True Authentic Reality that, you know, we normally have it on Thursdays, but because I'll be doing this course, I'll be moving it on to Friday. So that's what you really need to put yourself into, people. What is your first for success? What are you willing to do? And what I say is, you know, you don't want to have one toe in, you know, the nut bush, boom, 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 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You want to get 2 feet and you want to jump in the deep end straight away, because that's going to make you grow. That's going to force you to expand, to jump. You know, if you jump off a cliff and you look at the ground, you're going to hit it, you're going to learn a way, you're going to flap your wings, you're going to learn it, you know, like that's what the mother does. Where are we at? Okay, I better stop here. We've got a train coming over. So, you know, the mother pulls out the bird out of the nest and then it throws it off, and that's how it's going to learn how to drive. You know, fly. I was going to say learn how to drive, because that lady doesn't know how to drive. She just went over the train tracks, crazy. And, you know, and the bird jumps out and the mother throws it out, and then they have to learn. They have to flap. They have to learn, geez, if I don't fly, I'm gonna die. And that's exactly what people do. But if you stay in your comfort zone and go, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll get around to it, you know, I'll sort this out, I'll sort that out, you never do. You know that. You never do. It's just another excuse, and so on and so forth. So what I want to challenge you with today, before we finish up and we can, you know, we can rock this out, and, you know, and like I said, for the people that are understanding, I'm going to be holding a live stream. Hey Trent, thanks for being on, man, I appreciate it. So I'm going to be holding a live stream every day. Just to let everyone know, write this down. Monday is messages of strength, because everyone needs a good message of strength. Tuesdays is living in your truth. Wednesdays is Wednesday's wisdom. Thursdays is the first for success. Fridays, you'll find out what Fridays is, and Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to be giving my time, showing up, you know, and if you guys have any questions, you know, we can use, you know, one of the days is a Q&A. If you guys have got some questions that you want to answer, or you want me to answer, you know, I'm willing to rock it out that way, and, you know, give you guys as much value as I can every day, because, you know, it's persistency and consistency. So that persistence to get the result, consistency keeps the result, okay? So what I'm going to leave you with, and the little challenge that I'm going to leave you with, is I want you to come up with, every morning when you're doing your success priming journaling, I want you to come up with something that's going to give you that first for success. A new idea, a new service, a new habit, a new activity. You know, it could be anything. You know, anything that you're doing is it's giving you that rebirth. It's giving you that thirst for success, to stay hungry and to stay focused again. All right, guys. So have an amazing Thursday. Actually, it is Thursday. Yeah, I was tripping out. Then I'm like, hold on. Yes, it is Thursday, because we're gonna have to have my True Authentic Reality tomorrow. And have an amazing day. I've got 2 events today. I'm at the JT Fox event, and then I'm at the Intelligent Millionaire Network. So awesome stuff, guys. Have an amazing day. I'm Lee Bunny, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength. And just to let you guys know as well, what we want to be talking about and how we're going to be moving things through is that in March, and I'll give you the dates are on my Facebook, we're going to be holding the next polarity recorrection. Hey Ante, good to have you on, my man. I was talking about you before. I said we haven't really spoken that much. I've been in touch with the other brothers, but I know you've been busy with your family over in Canberra. So yeah, there you go. You too, mate. Awesome. So what I'm going to talk about as well is that, you know, a lot of people, we've got some amazing people that are joining us already on our next retreat, and what we're going to be doing is we're sorting out deposits to hold that as well, because I want to get this sorted way before, because I've left it too late. So then we can obviously, you know, get the team sorted, we can get the villa, everything done, and then we don't need to worry about that. We can worry about what's most important, is getting people the result and transformation internally. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, guys, the next retreat is at the end of March. I think it's the 23rd to I'll have to have a look at that. You know, I'll have to remember, because the dates, my team were giving me the dates the other day. If you can't get over to Bali, then the next thing with that, as most of the guys on here are doing, is the True Authentic Reality, which if you come to the retreat, you get that for free. Plus, you know, if you really want to be taking things to the next level and beyond, it's the one-on-one coaching where we're really going deep and rocking that out. So that's where we're at with that, guys. A lot of new things coming through as well. There's a wealth creation program that I've created, really give people that mindset and that deep understanding of what it takes to have abundance and how to keep it. And you know, there's a lot more anyway. So today your challenge is, and every day, is to understand and to have that thirst for success. And this is Thirst for Success Thursdays, guys. Have an amazing day. I'm Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International and the Messenger of Strength, coming to you live from Melbourne. Take care.